It's a voluntary event, and it's a minuscule amount of what a council does and what a council spends. Why the fuss?
The fuss is the council shouldn't be spending even $1 on something like this. The councils have strayed so far off rates and rubbish, it's not funny anymore. If it was just about reading books to kids, just books to kids, it'd be fine. But that's not what it is. These books are designed to teach concepts that are inappropriate to kids.
It's a voluntary event, Senator.
Gender identity.
It's a voluntary event. No one has to send their kids there. It's
my
one
main issue
reading in one
council
library.
money.
Yeah.
Council money. Don't spend council money on it. Do what you want to do in your own private home.
I thought you were a bit of a libertarian, Senator. Shouldn't parents be able to sort of take their kids to whatever they want to take them to?
Raf, I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative, and that's what I am first and foremost. I'm an economic libertarian. Liberal values about business and the economy. But when it comes to protecting children, I'm a conservative, staunch through and through. I will do everything to protect the innocence of kids. Now, I don't have an issue if you want to read to, if you want to, do drag shows with adults and things like that, go for your life. But when you're children, and let me be clear for your listeners, this is for children age 1 to 6. Why do children age 1 to 6 need to be taught about queer theory and gender identity? Just let them be kids.
Well, it might be because the people we're talking about have always been in our community. It's just that we've now developed the labels. But if I can ask you about why you a ratepayer, by the way, like is that your local council?
It's the council adjacent to mine.
And next to, right? What do you think is driving these massive protests? There seem to be a lot of concerns still about 5G, about vaccines, about the 15-minute city concept. They seem to have become some very fringe views, not at all mainstream views. Why are all these people trying to disrupt council meetings, do you think?
Well, first of all, Raf, we're not trying to disrupt council meetings. We were there to have our voice heard. We have a voice, and we want the council to sit down and listen to us, because all they've done so far is ignore us. That's what they've done.
It wasn't on their agenda. That event had already been sold out. It wasn't on their agenda. So it wasn't it wasn't going to be discussed at that meeting. Yeah.
The event is sold out, yes, but sold out to how many people? I think it was 15 people, I think it was. So when
why do you care if there's only 15 people there?
I care because the media likes to, portray these things as some great event, but it's not. The fringe minority are these council events where kids are being taught queer theory and gender identity. That's the fringe event.
Well, people can vote them out, can't they? Like we could vote you out at the next election. I mean, they're accountable, aren't they?
Well, look, Raf, if the council keeps going down this path, if they keep coming after kids, they're not going to be around next time. So as a warning to the council, stop doing this. If you want your name ticked on that ballot sheet next time, if you want to be back there, look after the kids, protect the kids.
And Senator, what do you make of this? Because other councils, Burundara and Casey, they've actually cancelled similar events. They say they've been abused and heckled in their council meetings. It's not just about some storytime events for kids. There are clearly concerns that I don't think make any sense at all about 15-minute cities. Are you at all concerned that by associating yourself with this demonstration last night, you're associating yourself with a whole lot of people who've got some very out there views?
I am associating myself with mums and dads in the community that want to protect their children from being indoctrinated in something that they don't believe is right for kids between 1 to 6 years old. That's who I'm associating myself with, and I'll do that every single day, rain, hail, or shine. Now, Raf, for your listeners, can I just say something? Okay, now people think that these drag queens are going to be going into this library and reading, Peter Pan and things to kids. They're not. They're reading books like She's My Dad, a book about a girl that has a dad that's a woman that's transitioning, right? The hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. A book about...
and Ralph, excuse me, Senator, if people don't want their kids to go to that, I'm assuming they're not going to buy a ticket. If I can just come back to all these protests at the council meetings, do you have any links? My Place is one group, Reignite Democracy is another. They've been encouraging people to go to council events, protest things like the drag queen story time. Have you got any links at all to My Place, Reignite Democracy, people like that?
I know the people that run RDA, Reignite Democracy Australia, and they do a great job, and good on them, because what are they advocating
they promote
for?
Some
No.
pretty out
Raf,
there things, Senator.
What they're advocating for, my friend, is they're advocating for people to become involved. Get active in your local community. Get out there. If you're not happy about things that are happening around you, you have the power to change it. Be brave. Courage is contagious. That's what they're promoting, and I'm well behind that.
Is it courage or actually a security concern? A lot of councils are hiring
courage.
security guards.
It's absolutely courage. Courage, my friend, is contagious. We've had enough of the system not listening to us, normal people in the suburbs. We've had enough of our politicians ignoring us. The time is now. Make a difference in your community. Get active.
Do you think those councillors, there's a ton of councillors across the state, and in fact in other states as well, saying they have genuine fears for their own safety because of the concerns raised, I guess, by people like you? Those concerns are real, aren't they?
They are not real. They don't have genuine fears for their safety. Why would you have a genuine fear for your safety if a mother showed up to a council meeting with her 5-year-old? Absolutely not. Or a dad showed up with his kids? No way.
All the footage I've seen looks pretty rowdy.
By the way, the footage is online on the Real.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of it. I've been seeing some of it. It's all on there.
I encourage the listeners to go and have a look and judge for themselves. Okay? Now, we want to protect children, that's it.
And just on Drag Queen Storytime, inclusion is not indoctrination. You called that indoctrination. Including people who have always been a part of our community. That's not indoctrination.
It's not inclusion, it's indoctrination. When you sit down with a 1 to 6-year-old to talk about queer theory and gender identity, that's not inclusion. If you want to go to the local nightclub and have a drag show with over 18s, mate, go for your life. I'm happy for you.
Do you really think there haven't been people questioning their sexuality and their gender orientation basically as long as there have been human beings?
There probably has been. But what we do know is that these rates are massively on the increase. Massively. And we need to ask why. And obviously, the obvious answer for anyone looking at it is that kids from a very young age are being spoon-fed this stuff, and that's what's in their minds.
You think you can indoctrinate, you can actually... You can lure someone away from their own sexual identity and gender identity.
When you have
there's no science behind what you're saying, Senator.
When you have a 1 to 6-year-old child being spoon-fed queer identity, queer theory, between 1 and 6 years old, what is going to happen? How impressionable is a 1 to 6-year-old kid? And you know they are. Come on, Raf.
Senator, thank you for your time.
Yeah, that's my kind of party. The United Australia Party. So sound the starting gun. You know